And the title of my message is this: will you shine or will you grind? Will you shine or will you grind? And when I talk about grind, I'm not talking about going to L&L's and Zippies, right? I'm talking about shining, shine. You know, just being polished, or will you grind? Will people rub you, or situations or circumstances, will they rub you in such a way that you will be just rough on the edges and just grinded out and not even polished? You see, because in life, we can go through situations and we can choose to come out on the other side shining. We can come out on the other side shining. On the other hand, based on our choice, we can come out grinded. You know, just rough all around the edges and grinded. You know, I know that as we go on in our journey with Christ, it will be easy for us to look deep within our hearts and say, well, there's this situation that makes it very hard. And then we say there's this personality here, not Kendrick, but you know, just walking in this direction, that makes it very hard and very difficult to walk with God. And there's so many things in our lives that just pull us away from really knowing God, that it just drains us and they grind us, right? Maybe Chris, maybe you know, you say something to me and man, we bump, you know, and it just rubs me here, and you just grind me on this side, and then you know, I run into Pastor Mike and he just does something to me. I get really irritated and sad, and it grinds me here. And you guys know what I'm talking about. And as students, you go to school, your teacher chews you out, and it just tells you that God doesn't exist, and so your heart grinds, and it just pulls you down. And you see, in life, those issues can pull us down and make the fire go out. But you see, as a follower of Christ, every situation that we go through, we can choose God. And as we choose God, He can cause us to come out on the other side shining. Because in life, we're either going to grind, because there are people around us, circumstances around us, that'll just grind us. They'll just grind right at it. They'll grate at us. And we can come out looking like a grated person. Or if we choose God, we can shine. Every circumstance, every situation, every person in your life right now is there. And these are opportunities to say, God, I choose you. And when we choose God, He'll help us to come out on the other side, and we will shine. We're going to talk about that in 2 Timothy chapter 2, verses 14 through 26. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verses 14 through 26. And as you're turning to 2 Timothy chapter 2, verses 14 through 26, to give you a real background, you know, Paul wrote his first letter to Timothy, and that first letter to Timothy was mainly a letter on how to run the church, on how to be an effective pastor in the church in Ephesus. And you read that, it gives instructions on what the leadership should be like, what the church should be like, how people should act with each other. And so he gave instruction that in the second letter to Timothy, the Apostle Paul writes this as his final letter to Timothy. I mean, Paul, either because his health was running down or because he was under house arrest in Rome, he knew that his time here on this earth was coming to an end. He knew that he was about to die, either because of his health or he knew that he was going to be executed soon. And so he writes this letter to Timothy. And he writes this letter to Timothy as an encouragement to hang in there, to continue to lead. You read that, there's a lot of heart and soul. There's a lot of Paul's personality that was placed in here as a direct letter to Timothy, to encourage Timothy to hang in there and to be strong, not only as a follower of Christ, but also as a pastor of the church in Ephesus. And so we're going to look at that this evening. We're going to look at some of the issues that the church in Ephesus was going through, because Timothy, like you and I, was in a position probably to be grinded, right? To be grinded. But we're going to see how he was challenged to shine. But starting with verse 14, it says this: "Keep reminding them of these things. Warn them before God against quarreling about words. It is of no value and only ruins those who listen. Do your best to present yourself to God as one approved, a workman who does not need to be ashamed, and who correctly handles the word of truth. Avoid godless chatter, because those who indulge in it will become more and more ungodly. Their teaching will spread like gangrene. Among them are Hymenaeus and Philetus, who have wandered away from the truth. They say that the resurrection has already taken place, and they destroy the faith of some. Nevertheless, God's solid foundation stands firm, sealed with the inscription, "The Lord knows those who are His," and everyone who confesses the name of the Lord must turn away from wickedness. In a large house, there are articles not only of gold and silver, but also of wood and clay. Some are for noble purposes, and some for ignoble. If a man cleanses himself from the latter, he will be an instrument for noble purposes, made holy, useful to the master, and prepared to do any good work. Flee the evil desires of youth, and pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace, along with those who call on the Lord out of a pure heart. Don't have anything to do with foolish and stupid arguments, because you know they produce quarrels. And the Lord's servant must not quarrel. Instead, he must be kind to everyone, able to teach, not resentful. Those who oppose him, he must gently instruct in the hope that God will grant them repentance, leading them to a knowledge of the truth, and that they will come to their senses and escape from the trap of the devil, who has taken them captive to do his will. All right, let's break this passage down a little bit, and then